Back to Wired In Daily. If you haven't already, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and tell your mom and your daddy about this podcast. On this podcast, we talk about the real. We talk about everything, current events, the whole nine. Um, One thing before I even get into the topic, I want to say to the person that's out chasing their dream or having an idea, man, pursue it. A lot of people gonna discourage you or try to turn you away. It's because most people are fearful and scared to pursue their dreams. So they try to knock you down because you trying to step out the box. You trying to better yourself. And a lot of people are comfortable where they are. Even though they may have a desire to do things, they are fearful and stuck in the mindset of comfortability. So make sure you keep that in mind. Like, it's a lot of people that got potential to do X, Y, and Z, but not enough people have the mindset to do those things to put them in a different position in life. And that also applied in relationships. There's a lot of women and a lot of men that got potential to be the best version of themselves, but some of those people don't have the willpower to actually walk in that calling, to be that good husband, that good wife, that good boyfriend, that good girlfriend, that good man, that good woman. So, which leads to my next point to answer these questions. When you dating, it's important to date with intention, with a purpose, with a plan, with a destination, a location. Where are you going? A lot of women say, what are we? The question is, what are your intentions in dating? There's a lot of women that I have met in the past that said, oh, I just want a boyfriend. And so if you just want a boyfriend, you have to be okay with the bare minimum, because a boyfriend is not a husband. You feel me? And then you leave room where a guy can play games because technically he's not your husband. Or it's females that say, I just want a friend. Well, if you just want a friend, somebody just lay with, you have to understand that guy has other females too. And you cannot get mad. You can't hold a standard when you have no direction or no guidance when it comes to dating. You have to date with attention, which leads to the point of dating for marriage. Anything other is flawed. Anything other will crumble. You have to move in the direction that's edifying to both parties, right? And so it leads to my questions that I need to answer, right? And one of these questions is, should couples share passwords? And I strongly believe once a couple make it clear that they are devoted to each other and they moving in the direction of seriousness that's leading to marriage, leading to engagement, we have to emulate marriage through our dating. So yes, I think your partner should share the passwords. You should have the password to their social media. You should have the passwords to their phones. Anything other, you would have to question, like, why I can't have your password. Now, it'd be different if you give your significant other your password and he or she is snooping around and going through your messages, your family messages, and your homeboy, homegirl messages. That's when it get a little sticky. And if they doing that, obviously it's a trust issue with there. But to answer that question, if you are in a relationship, you should be open. True love is being open. You shouldn't be hiding anything or secret. True love is open. It shows passion. There's a innocence, a pureness when it comes to love. So anything outside of that, I don't agree with. I think you should share whatever you have with your significant other, and it shouldn't be no type of weird stuff. You feel me? I'm saying? Which leads to my next question and answer. Is privacy different from secrecy? And I believe 100% there's a difference between private and secrecy. Private is something I will relate to a safe space. I think a woman and a man should have a safe space where they can go and just be stress free outside of the relationship. This is why it's important when you single, you have a life and don't revolve your life around your significant other. It's good to have hobbies and things that you do outside of your relationship, because if y'all break up, you don't be clueless. There's a lot of people in relationships, and when they break up with the person, they're like, I don't know what to do, because you lost yourself in the relationship. You don't supposed to lose yourself in a relationship. You supposed to yourself supposed to enhance with the person, but you shouldn't lose yourself. To answer the question about secrecy, secrecy is something that you don't want your partner to know, right? And I could relate it to something like being paying for OnlyFans. Now, if your partner, if y'all make a open agreement about you can watch OnlyFans or do the corn hub. If that an agreement, then I guess that's a privacy thing, right? When you on your own time. But if you sneaking around doing those things, then that's a form of secrecy. And I think most people, if y'all are talking serious, I don't think watching Corn Hub and paying for OnlyFans, I don't think your significant other will be proud of that. I don't think she or he is gonna respect that. Same thing with talking to exes. Now, if you texting your exes and calling your exes, and it's no open agreement, that's a form of secrecy. That's a form of being sneaky. Most people say talking to any person outside your partner of the opposite sex is cheating. Now, it's a gray area on that, because the question would be is, what if you talk to a person that you didn't have a thing with, and y'all just catching up on conversation, but when y'all was single, you never did anything with that person? Now, I wouldn't say that was cheating, but I put it in the form of secrecy, because you should, if you ain't do nothing with the person, you should be open and say, hey, this is my friend. I want to talk to him or talk to her. Right? If that makes sense. And then the next question is, can a marriage survive off of infidelity? Now, I'm going to give you my perspective on it. Personally, me, if my wife walk out and cheat, I can't take her back. Right? I can't. But if I did, I would say she should be open to take me back. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when guys cheat, it's more of a physical thing. There's no emotional attachment. And I even go further and say there's a lot of men have cheated on their wives and still take care of their family. But if a woman if she cheated on me, I can't take her back, because most of the times when a woman cheat, it's because it's an emotional attachment. A real woman, or a woman that steps out, usually it's because the other man is fulfilling something that the husband is neglecting, and most of the time that comes with is attention, right? It's attention, not being available. And again, I'm not about to play that game, because I know it's more than physical. And which leads me to say, some of y'all men is hypocrites, because y'all be cheating on y'all girls and cheating on women, but when it happen to you, y'all can't take it. Now, I'm an advocate of, if a man step out, a woman should consider taking him back. But it doesn't change the fact that if you cheated on your girl first, you have set the ground where she can cheat back. And I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, but you put it on the floor. And I'ma also say, I'm not gonna step out on my wife because I can't handle it. I can't. So I'm not gonna put it on the floor. Even though I know my wife ain't gonna do that, like get back at me or whatever if I did something, I'm just not gonna put it on the floor at all. Because if you step out on your partner, you are basically saying, hey, I give you the green light to do it because I did it. Because you would be fake if you say, oh, you can't do it, but I can. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, I gotta be careful. I know the man is a double standard thing, but y'all gotta be careful. Because when a girl say, I don't know, I'm going to see my friend, that friend without no name is a friend that's running game. And you gonna probably lose her to that friend, which is the opposite sex. I'm gonna tell y'all, if you can't take what you dish out, don't dish it out. That goes for every category in life. If you cheating and you can't take cheating, don't cheat. If you lying and can't take somebody lying to you, don't lie. If you steal but can't take somebody stealing from you, don't steal. And this is why the world is corrupt. Because it's a lot of men and a lot of women that do things to other people that they can't take. And when it happen to them, they want to play victim. I'm speaking to somebody. You want to play victim. Whole time you been cheating. Whole time you been lying. Whole time you been playing games. But then when the games get played on you, when the rabbit got the gun, you like, oh, how could you? Now that's something I'm real about. Like when I did dirt with girls that I knew I wasn't gonna be with, I already accepted that potentially they can do the same thing to me. But I was fully aware of this because I knew I was going to be with them, so it didn't really affect me. But a girl that I'm invested in, building a future with, I'm not going to play that game. And I'm not going to put it on the floor that I stepped out, it was a mistake. And I'm going to just be real with y'all. Cheating, some people say cheating is a mistake. Some people say it's a choice. I will say anything that you do is a choice. Even to the point when somebody say I was drinking and made the choice. Well, you was in that environment. You knew that environment can lead you down here. That was a choice. So you can't blame it on the alcohol. You wanted to do it. So anybody that's going through a phase where your significant other cheated on you, don't let that girl or that dude deceive you and say it was a mistake. It was truly a choice. They wanted it, they got it, and then after they got it, they regretted it, and now they crying because either A, they got caught, or B, they just guilty and just wanted to tell you. Okay? Nothing happens by mistake unless it was like a car accident. So I'm gonna end it with the video with this. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And remember, nothing happens by mistake. Everything we do, we say, is a choice. Even when it comes to chasing our dreams. Alright.
For me, it ain't even about the money and fame. It's about using my talents and gifts. It's about proving the ones around me wrong. It's about proving my doubts, my anxiety, my fears, my worries wrong. I can do it. You can do it. The world and even the close ones gonna have their opinions. But it's about what God put in your heart. You have a gift. You have a purpose to fulfill. Nobody knows your mind and body but Him. It's your life, and it's up to you to break barriers.